Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Calling the Shots. Or maybe it's your first time, so it's not welcome for the first time. My name is Kiki.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're just feeling really good today.
We're feeling great. Energized,
and there's a reason.
Yeah, if you're not watching on YouTube, we have two Dutch Bro cups sitting with us. We brought up them before and how we were going to go together.
And then we couldn't because I had like a million things to do after I realized.
Yeah, but hey, it's okay because they had another deal going on.
Yeah.
It was like $3 medium drinks, and I sent it to Kiki and I was like, do I need to pick us up some on the way to come record? And she was like, absolutely.
Yeah, obviously. So we're just feeling energized because what did you get? Also, I would like to start with, this is not an ad for Dutch Bros. I wish it was.
I wish it was too. It is unofficially brought to you by Dutch Bros today. But yeah, if you're listening, Dutch Bros, sponsor us.
We will have known that we made it when Dutch Bros is sponsoring us.
Yeah. What do we have to do?
Tell me, I'm begging.
Us. We'll do it.
What did you get though?
I got the Red Bull as well, but I got the double rainbow.
Oh, I've heard that one.
Blended with lemonade topped off. Because you did that, and I was like, I want to do that.
Top it off with some lemonade. Yeah, listen, I've been enough times because when you get the Rebel drinks are like their Energizer drinks. Basically, it's like their energy drink, but I don't even think it has quite as much caffeine as an energy drink.
Yeah,
but because it's their energy drink, they come in a can. So when you get a medium, it like doesn't quite reach the top of the cup.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, just so you know, there'll be less. And one time I went and they're like, we could fill, like, you can pay extra for more of the Rebel, or we could just top it off with like lemonade or something for free. And I was like,
love that.
I'm going to do that every time.
I feel like every energy drink has a little bit of a taste.
Yeah, there's an energy drink taste.
But like the lemonade helps. When I saw that, I was like, maybe that's why she does it. But that makes sense.
It does help though.
Love that. And if you haven't been to Dutch Bros, they just have lots of fun varieties of drinks, and you can get them blended. They also have coffees and cold brews and smoothies.
I genuinely feel like there's something for everyone because, I don't drink coffee, but I love Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
There's still, really good drinks. And, even, Starbucks is cool, but there's not as much drink
variety
options outside of, coffee, I feel like.
And, you can mix and match. They have so many flavor options. There's, refreshers and things at Starbucks, but, you can mix and match so many things at Dutch Bros. The possibilities are endless.
And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Starbucks hot chocolate sucks. I hate it.
Yeah.
Have you had it?
It's mid for sure.
It's whereas you can get the most flavorful hot chocolate at Dutch Bros. Yeah. I get one that's called the cotton candy, and I know that nobody else likes it, but it tastes so good to me. One time I accidentally ordered it. I meant to order a frost, which is kind of it's like a slushie, but milky almost.
Yeah, it's more of it's more between a slushie and a milkshake. Yeah.
Yeah, and I meant to get it as that, and I accidentally just ordered it as hot chocolate, and I was like, this is my drink.
This is amazing.
We found each other.
I love that for you.
Also, what's nice about Dutch Bros, I'm not going to go on forever. Starbucks, you get 1 star or 1 point per dollar you spend. So I'm like, cool, I have to spend $100 to get 100 points?
Yeah.
Whereas, and it really is I should look at the benchmarks, but I'm like, that's going to
take forever.
That's going to take me forever. I'm not going here every day. But Dutch Bros, you get way more points for one drink.
Their reward system is popping.
It's so good. And you get a free drink at 250 points, which really is not
a ton.
It's really not a ton.
Especially I just stacked up some points buying us both drinks.
Exactly. You when my coworkers go, I'm like, oh, I'll go grab us some.
Yeah. You're like, I'll take the
points. Give me the points.
Yeah. But also what I love about Dutch Bros is the vibes. The vibes of Dutch Bros and their employees is so fun. They're always blasting fun music.
They are.
And while sometimes it takes a little bit to make your drink, and while you're waiting, the employee in the window will converse with you and be like, so how's your day going? What are you up to?
Yeah.
And it's so fun. So today, and I wish I looked at her name tag, but I didn't. But this girl was just in the window and chatting with me, and she's like, so where are you headed? What are you up to? I was like, actually, I'm headed to a friend's because we record a podcast. And she's like, oh my gosh, what's it called? And I was like, it's called Calling the Shots.
I want her to listen so bad.
Yeah. And I was like, it's where girls chat and sports news meet. It's very pop culture-y, but with a touch of sports. She's like, that's so fun. The only I grew up with brothers, and the only way I really got, like, my sports was from them. So it'd be so fun to, like, listen to girls talk about it. And I was like, you should listen. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We even are on YouTube. So, like, if any of those work, literally. You can listen to us. And she's like, okay, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to check it out. So.
Our queen. DM us if you listened.
Yeah, if you listened, you're
you can find us on Instagram. Employee. We need your name, and here's the thing, we'll give you a shout out.
Oh yes.
If we can get your name. We're at calling the shots pod on Instagram, which we need to say earlier on because guys, you gotta follow our Instagram because that's where we put like everything we talk about. Yeah. Like all the visuals. If we talk any videos or any posts that happen. Wow, well I was gonna actually say that sometimes they talk too much. Oh that is true. Now I feel like I can't say that because she was so nice and she was so nice, but there's a balance for sure. There's a balance. And it's funny because like they're trained to do that and I do appreciate it. It's just every now and then I'm like listen to a podcast and I'm like, I just kind of want to listen to my podcast. And I don't know what to tell them. I don't know how to be like, could I keep my window up? Yeah. There's actually it didn't take too long. Actually, like I wish it took a little longer because then I could have dropped our Instagram in there too. Yeah. But the drinks came out pretty quick because there's a pretty good line because a deal's going on, like I said, right now. Yeah, they were medium drinks for $3, so we said yes, please. It's like $2 cheaper than normal, I think. Anyways, that's how our days are going. We're doing great, honestly. We're just vibing. Yeah. I'm excited about today's episode because I'm excited about today's topic. Me too. Today's topic is sports icks. Yep. And this has kind of been a trend that individual sports have been doing. Like, they did it with the U.S. women's national team. LSU did it with Angel Reese with the women's basketball team. I've seen softball teams do it. And usually it's applied to, like, the specific sport. Yeah. Like, for soccer players, it could be, like, when their socks are all the way, like, as low as they can go. Or other people are, like... When their socks are way too high. Yeah. Or like for softball, someone was like, when their ponytail is below their visor. Like there's just like very funny ones that are specific to the sports in general. But Sarah and I kind of did it. I shouldn't like more like broad to like the sports world. Yeah. Not just player specific things that you would notice, but as a fan, as just like someone who likes sports, I've noticed a lot of icks. Oh, I've noticed some things. Some things that are... So get ready. We're probably going to get a little rant going. But I'm excited for it. It's healthy. And it's relatable. And you all know what icks are. It's just what it sounds like. It's icky. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Literally. Stop. Yeah. But before we get to that... Yeah, just... I sometimes like to kind of tease what we're going to do. So I did want to say... Stay tuned. But wow. Things have been happening... The Women's World Cup. So Spain beat Sweden. Yes. We have our final. Yes, our final is Spain. Set. Yeah, our final is set. It's Spain and England on Sunday. The 20th. The 20th at 6 a.m. Eastern time. Wow. That's off memory, so we should check that. Yeah, I was impressed because I should have wrote it. Because I'm pretty sure it's 4 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm pretty sure it's 4 a.m. our time. And I literally have a tab pulled up because I check so often. Right. Yes, it's 4 a.m. Mountain Time. Hey, which is 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Yeah. So. Keep that in mind. This is actually feel like a lot of times when you're in the East Coast, it sucks for sports because you're always like the earliest one for late night games. Like if it's 7 p.m., a 7:30 kick for you, it's like 4:30 for California. Yeah. 5:30 for Utah. But if there's like an 8:30 kick in Utah, that means it's a 10:30 kick. Sucks. That's like super late. Yeah. This is the one time I feel like where the East Coast does have it better. I can totally wake up for a 6 a.m. game. I'm very worried about. Yeah. I really want to watch. I really want to watch too, but I've gotten good about not looking at my phone and watching like when I'm at the gym. Yeah, I might do that. I might do that. And I forget that that's so possible. My friend did that. It is. I don't normally do that. It's not ideal. But like because it's so early and like only because we're adults, we have to work. If I didn't have to work, say less, I'll wake up. Was it? When I was home, like on vacation, I woke up at
3 a.m. to watch one of the games. Because,
it's different if you're going to work the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, of all work jobs, I feel like our works would get it. We literally work in sports, but it's hard. It's just physically hard.
Yeah, I don't want to hate my life.
But that being said, I feel like you can really only do that if it's a crazy time. People who are just like, it's normal kickoff, and they just all the time are like, don't tell me I'm watching later. I'm like, okay, then we can't talk.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay sometimes.
Yeah.
But you can't do it all the time. And I had a friend once, and she was like, we have a family group chat, and we all have to wait to talk about the game. And it's like...
Yeah, look, I love my brother-in-law so much. And I get it. You're a busy man. He has 2 kids. He works a ton.
Yes.
But when college football comes around, it's a huge deal for our family. And Saturdays are big. And half the Saturdays, he's like... Don't say anything. No spoilers about the Gator game. I'm recording it.
This is funny that this happens to people.
I don't know how he does it because I could not. If I miss the game, I miss the game. I'll catch up on highlights and whatnot.
Or I'll be checking the score and then I'll go catch up on highlights.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I feel like I don't know. It gets harder when you get older too.
Yeah. Like I said, he's a busy man. Love him to death. He's a great brother-in-law.
When you have kids, it is way tougher.
Yeah.
It's hard in those situations where with your friends or your family, you're like dying to talk about it.
Yeah. And I'm like, I literally just call I just call my parents. I'm like, so what do you think? What's going on? Because I can't wait.
I love that. The bonding.
Anyways.
So a little tangent on that.
Spain, England.
But Spain, England is happening Sunday, 6 a.m. Eastern time. And did I say PM? AM.
No, I think you said AM.
I hope I said AM because it's AM. I wish it wasn't. And 4 a.m. Mountain time. So if you want to wake up for that, you can wake up for that. But here's the thing also, even though we're to the final, there's also a third place game.
Yeah.
Because that's how soccer does it.
Yeah.
So
it reminds me of the Olympics because there's a silver or a gold, silver, bronze.
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
So it's similar to that, except for this isn't the Olympics.
Right. But it is the caliber of it, honestly.
Yes.
So even though it's we're to the final, there is
a third place match.
There is still a third place match, and it's Sweden and Australia.
Yes, and that will be the 19th. So that's on Saturday.
That's the day before. I think it also might be at 4 a.m.
I just checked also. It's at 2 a.m. our time, Mountain time, and 4 a.m. Pacific or Eastern time.
Tough.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's early, but
it's early.
That one's gonna be fun because it's Australia.
Australia.
They're the co-hosts of the World Cup this year.
And they have been, guys, they've been all the rage.
Yeah.
They've been the team on social media that people have been
loving.
They're that
Cinderella story.
Yes. And so I want them to win third.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And then Spain, I love them. I hope they win, honestly.
Yeah, I have a lot. Well, I guess I was just going to say, my roots go back to Spain in my family. So I feel like I should go Spain, but I'm like, technically, they also go to England on my mom's side.
Yeah.
But on my dad's side, though, Spain is, very close. We've done, they, went, we were, trying to track our family tree. Mm-hmm. And, my dad and my brother, and I think his brother, went to some, big, I shouldn't say big. I think it was little, actually, some little church in Spain to find records of our family, and they found them. They're only written. So I feel just more connected to Spain.
Yeah.
And I want Spain to win. And my best friend served a church mission in Spain. She lived there for, I almost said 2 years. She lived there for a year and a half. And she loved it. And so I support her too.
Yeah. Literally, I have Spanish roots as well. But if you want to see what soccer should be played like, they are the epitome of the game. They play it so perfectly, and this is just from coming from
Sarah,
soccer
go
girly.
Off, girl.
It's crazy. They play it so well, so clean, and their
just
team
so
is the
pure to the sport.
Epitome of soccer. Yeah. It's crazy. So I'm go Spain.
Yeah.
Anyways.
In other news,
a little more drama.
Now let's get to the drama. This actually makes me sad. We've talked about The Blind Side so many times on this podcast.
I'm pretty sure it made one of our drafts.
I think it made one of our drafts too. And even back with Kira, we talked about it too. Mm-hmm. The Blind Side is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Which is the worst, because I feel like this news kind of ruins
I
it.
feel like it does, and just, you guys might have seen this. If you've seen the movie The Blind Side, you know the main character, his name is Michael Orr.
Popular football player. His story was, like, pretty crazy, and The Blind Side goes through his story of being adopted by a wealthy Caucasian family.
Yeah.
And he's African American and grew up in a rough part of town, and they kind of took him in.
Yeah, and they made him he became a part of the family.
Yeah.
And they adopted him.
So we thought, according to the movie, they adopted him, and he went on to play at Ole Miss, which is both their alma maters, and they were on, like, they were not sponsors, but they were donors. Yeah. To Ole Miss, which is part of
They wanted him to go there, but they also were like,
go where you want. Anyways, he became a huge football star, went on to play in the NFL, and it came out this week that he actually petitioned with allegations that the adoption was a lie, and that Sean and Leanne Toohey, the parents that adopted him, tricked him into signing them as his conservator. So they didn't adopt him. They just were like basically like a legal guardian. Yeah. And it made it so they had legal authority to make business deals in his name. So he alleges that they made millions off of the movie, and he didn't see a dime of it because he wasn't officially adopted by them. So they were able to get the money and not give it to him.
Yeah. That being said, so that was like the first day, that's like all you heard. Yeah. The family has since spoke out, the dad in particular saying.
And the brother, I think.
And the brother too.
SJ, yeah.
I just thought of a meme I saw about this. About SJ. They're like, this little punk took all the money. I'm like, okay, well. Anyways, but the dad spoke out and was like, listen, we love Michael. It doesn't matter how old he is. He's a part of our family. We did describe to him that, like, it wasn't technically an adoption because he wasn't 18 years old at the time. Like, he was 18. So he wasn't under 18 years old at the time. So they were like, he was an adult, and so we did this instead. And I sat him down and explained it.
Yeah, and the reason that they still signed as, like, his what's the word, conservators, is because he wanted to go to Ole Miss, where they were sponsors and, like, donated an alumni. It's like at the time it was an NCAA violation. It could be considered an NCAA violation for them to, like, take him in and then be like, oh, you need to go here.
Yeah,
and so they had to somewhat bring him into the family so that he could go there.
Yeah, so that's honest. Those are the facts.
Yeah, those are the facts. There's probably a lot outside of that.
Yes, personally, I do feel like it's probably somewhere in the middle. It gets really complicated when it is this, like, legal jargon that's, like, just super complex. Yeah. It should, in my mind, I'm like, it should be pretty easy to tell if he made money off of the movie or not. Yeah. I think this is something that, like, will be settled in court, and then we'll kind of have hopefully a better idea.
Yeah. Also, with it being so much heavy on legal documents that have been, like, records, like, there should be physical records of all this stuff that should easily prove one way or the other. So that's just kind of the unfortunate stuff with that, which kind of sucks because it just puts a sour taste in my mouth with that movie.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
I'm trying to just, like, hold too much until it literally gets resolved.
Yeah, until there's an answer.
Until there's an answer. Yeah. Which is sad. But I think people are like, this is not fair to Sandra Bullock. She gave the performance of a lifetime.
There's people out there saying that people should revoke her Oscar. Like, they should. Okay. And I'm like, that's too far, guys. Why? She had nothing to do with this.
Time out. She had nothing to do with this. She's literally a paid actor. Like, let's not. Let's not. I did think the meme was funny where it was like, you're telling me Nick Saban made his acting debut for nothing?
So many coaches made their acting debut.
So there was, because colleges were recruiting him in the movie, they had actual head coaches in the movie.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy.
Anyways.
Sad.
Moving on to another football headline. Little more happy.
Okay, I don't know this one, and you started to tell me, and I was like, this sounds crazy. I want you to tell me it on the podcast.
Okay. Little funnier note. So the NFL has started preseason games. Mm-hmm. And the Saints kicker, apparently, this tweet came out where it says, and it's from the kicker, his name's Blake Group, and he says, step 1, get questioned walking onto the field pregame for not having credentials.
You're kidding.
So here's the thing. Kickers, yeah, I guess, sometimes they get kind of put in the shadow of the other stars.
They do.
And so...
let's just say it as it is. They do, and also, you see them walking around the street, and most of the time, they don't look like an NFL player.
Yeah, they look like just a normal, regular guy. So, first of all, he gets questioned for not having credentials, trying to go warm up for pregame.
No.
2, he hits the game-winning field goal.
Let's go.
For the Saints.
Let's go.
And then proceeds, after he kicks that field goal, to get stopped by security, thinking he was a fan trying to walk out to the player exit.
I need to see this man. You know he's scrawny. I'm sorry.
I'll show you in a sec. And then he ends the tweet with, stay humble, thankful, great team win, #Saints.
Yes.
Or at the Saints, #whodat.
Okay, yeah, stay humble because stay humble, he doesn't have a choice. They're making him be humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man is a little scrawny.
The man looks...
but hey, man, he's got a leg.
He's got a leg, and he's good for him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, kickers aren't built like the rest.
I should say this, too. I didn't realize. They played the Chiefs, and he hit the game-winning field goal against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are really good.
Chiefs are really good.
It is preseason.
I was going to say, it's tough to say.
It is second stream, but, like, still. That is a big organization.
So funny. Man, security sometimes is like... They're doing too much or too little, and I swear there is no in between sometimes.
Yeah,
But
the fact that the second time, the first time, okay, we'll let it slide. But then the second time, after he just literally won the game for them.
Also, I'm just confused because like he must have come out in his warm up gear. There's no way the man's coming out in like jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah,
I would assume. I have questions. What were you wearing?
Yeah. So many questions.
I have so many questions. That's so funny.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Yep, it makes sense. After seeing him, respectfully, it makes sense. Get your bag. Good for you. It checks out.
Yeah, it checks out a little bit. That's why we say follow us on Instagram because we will show you.
We will show you this man.
This man.
Like, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Anyways, those security guards were kind of icky, so...
Yeah, I hope they weren't, like, rude about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you can be like, I hope they were like, oh my gosh, man, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Hope they were like, oh, okay. Like, I hope they genuinely apologized and weren't rude. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, no, you know? Yeah. Sometimes people get too much power.
Yeah, it goes to their heads. The badge.
Goes to their heads. Goes to their heads. Did you see, speaking of security guards, did you see security on the field for one of the Messi games? I think it was Messi. No. Philly?
Oh, they were freaking out, weren't
they? They were. Yes. So
I did
Messi,
see this.
and I was it a free kick? I want to say it was a goal off a free kick.
Yeah, it was one of his goals. Our weekly Messi
drop. Update. One of his 9 goals in his 6, 7 games now?
6 games.
Yeah, he's going to Leagues Cup finals. I love him so much, but I'm like, oh, man, I wanted someone give him a run for his money. Yeah. Anyways, one of the security guards turned around, they're facing the crowd, looking all squared up. And then they turned around and they, looked during the free kick. And then they, bent down, hands on their face, losing it after seeing the free kick. Yeah. It's so funny.
I mean, I would do the same, honestly.
I would do the same, too. But here's the thing. Where's the line? Because I also saw that one of the teams Messi went to visit, their staff members, their media staff members, maybe security as well, were taking selfies with Messi.
Yeah.
That's inappropriate to me.
That's a little too far. Okay, you can celebrate a goal from a distance, but when you're getting up in his face,
and here's the thing,
there's a level of professionalism.
Yes, and it's not there when you're doing that.
Yeah.
And Messi is so nice that he literally stopped and took a picture with each of them.
Yeah.
Don't make the man stop because he will.
Yeah, he will, but
you shouldn't have to.
Stop and think before you do it. I get it. It's messy. I would freak out too, but keep it internalized. be a little professional.
As a social media manager, can you imagine doing that and like your boss seeing or you even just feeling good about it?
Yeah. No. I would be like, I feel dumb right now.
I would feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
Me just calling them stupid. I'm sure you're great. Maybe it wasn't the best decision though.
Yeah.
To be clear. Anyways.
Love that.
I love that too. I'm like, man, I wish I would have seen it in person, but whatever. It's fine.
One day.
One day, fingers crossed. Okay, guys, I cannot wait to get to our icks, so let's do them. I feel like we have gotten in the pattern of you starting first. Do you feel like that?
I feel like we've switched off a little bit.
Oh, really?
But do you want me to start first?
Well, I was going to be like, should we just keep it going? But are we switching? Should I go?
It's up to you. We really should figure this out.
Sarah.
You know what? I'll go first. I'll just make the decision.
That's what we love.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Okay. So my first one is when being a fan becomes a person's entire personality.
So true.
Specifically with teams that are my rival team. Because here's the thing. I get it. I'm a big college football fan, especially. So like there's some rivals that like you tell me, like, for example, I'm a Gator fan. You tell me you're an FSU fan, might have a problem with it, but like I'm not going to judge you as a person. Mm-hmm. Like I will not like that. We just won't talk about it.
Unless it's your entire personality, and then I can't talk about anything else with you.
I literally dated a guy that like I pre-fiance went on dates with this kid.
You're like, it's my fiance.
And it straight up like gave me the ick because he like every single time we talked college football, he had to bash on my team. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm not bashing on your teams. Like, chill out.
You know who I feel like is like this? And I'm just going to say it, and I probably said it again. And this is very Utah specific, but Utah State fans.
Yes.
Listen, I probably love you as a person, but your fandom does not mean as much as you think it does.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're fine. Like, I have a lot of friends who went to Utah State, and they're actually chill. But when they're, like, psycho about it, I'm like, I just don't want to tell you, like.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
Your team is, like. Mid.
Yes. Like, majority of the time, mid.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. I hope that did not catch on the mic. No, but for real, like, I'm just like, and I think I have, like, a person. Oh, no, we didn't. I thought that we forgot to do something for this episode. We're doing it next episode. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to keep going. Next episode, we're sharing. You know what? I'm not going to tell you. Okay. Just wait till the next episode. I think also I've heard them get extremely personal with players and about players' families.
Yeah, they do their research.
And at that point, I'm like, all right, clearly there's nothing to do in Logan.
Yeah.
Because you're researching players' families.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents. When it's like, it's too much. Yeah. There's a line. And that's not all Utah State fans, but.
No, yeah. When you can't say anything else or talk about anything else, it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just, and I'm like, we work in sports, we get it. Our lives are surrounded by sports, but like, we have interests outside of sports.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I'm not working, sometimes I like to not watch sports.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Crazy. I want a break sometimes. Yeah. So.
True.
Anyways, those people chill out a little bit.
Yeah. Also, here's who needs to chill. The name 5 players then. Get out of my face. The people.
Is this your ick?
This is my ick.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we were moving.
Let me tell you my ick. It is icky when you wear a team on like a sweatshirt, a hat, whatever, and someone immediately says, oh, you're a fan of that team? Then name 5 players.
Yeah.
It isn't your business, sir.
Yeah.
And I just said sir because it's most of the time a sir, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but it is a lot. Yeah. And the thing is I've talked about this before, it's okay to be a casual fan. And I think sometimes people are scared to get in the sports world because, like, people are going to judge them.
Yeah, and they have to, it can be overwhelming how much there is to learn about all sports, but one specific sport,
even
too.
Like one team. It's
so, like, it's okay to not know 5 players on the team. You're learning.
Yeah, and you can be like, I don't really know. I just started watching them. I kind of just like watching. I'm a casual fan. Like, you can still own a shirt and a hat as long as you're not like, I know so much, and you don't. Just call it how it is.
Yeah.
But
we'll support you, okay?
But it's not someone's job to keep you in check.
Yeah.
And it's just like this weird thing. Like, I know more than you do. Name 5 players. I'm quizzing you. I'm like, also in my situation, a lot of times I've been like, you don't want to play this game. You do not. I'll name the whole roster.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You think I don't know anything.
You think I don't. I mean, I had people do that when I was working at BYU. I was like, I know the players. Like,
if anything, I know too much about the players.
Yeah, listen, I wish I didn't know as much. No, straight up. So anyways, that's maybe my biggest one.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. One of my icks from playing sports, but also just watching now, and I feel like it takes away from the game, any sporting like game, is when players play dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's a good one.
I get that, like, sometimes you get a little, like, heated.
Yeah.
And you take it out. That's different than, like, flat out teams, like, try to make up for maybe not being in shape enough or, like, not having as much skill as the other team by playing so dirty and putting, like, athletes, like, injuries, like, can happen. They're putting people at risk.
There's a reason, like, the game's not meant to be played that way.
And listen, here's the thing. I know it goes both ways, but the Netherlands-US game really bugged me for this reason. And it took away from the game because they were the queens of, like, low-key pulling the jersey and, like, pulling their arm.
Who are you saying was the queens?
Netherlands.
Yes. Okay,
Sorry, the Netherlands were really good about slyly pulling the jersey or pulling their arm, dragging them down in an angle that the ref couldn't see.
Yeah.
And, like, that seems very small, but, like, that can lead to bigger things. And when they get away with one thing, they're going to try to get away with more.
Yeah.
And so that was just my example. But playing dirty in general, it's just, it drives me crazy. Just play the game.
Yeah.
And if you can't, then, like, work harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. You shouldn't have to play dirty to win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't deserve to win.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, my next one is anytime you're watching a sport with someone and someone just keeps talking like, well, when I was in high school.
Yeah. Trying to relive their glory days.
Yeah, listen, they weren't that glorious or you'd be on the TV that we're watching.
Yeah.
I'm getting, like, so dramatic, but also I'm like...
Back in my day.
Yes, and I'm like, I don't really, like, you can say once or twice, like, oh, yeah, like, oh, I hate this about the sport because, like, when I played, yada, yada, yada. But when it is, like, back in my day, or, like, I hate this. It's like, why don't they just do this when I played? I'm like...
Yeah, when they judge the player and are like, he sucks. Like, he couldn't make that tackle or whatever.
I'm like, this is not... If you were good enough to be there, you'd be there. It's kind of like the keyboard warrior thing. It's just like, you hide behind your little keyboard. You complain from your couch. But, like, just let it be. And you can be upset. You can be like, oh, why are we doing this? Whatever. But if you're putting it as, like...
I could have done that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I knew this one kid, and we would watch, like, BYU football games all the time. And he would say that all the time. And I literally was like, why don't you try out? You should try it out. And he was like,
I love that.
I know. He's like, I was going to, but I got injured. I'm like, for 4 years, for all of college.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. So that's one where I'm just like,
that's a good one.
Play it cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. This is like sports adjacent, but bad stadium food gives me the ick.
Ugh.
If I go to a stadium and they don't have Dippin' Dots, I'm raging. Okay? I don't know if we know.
Dippin' Dots. We talked about the Dippin' Dots.
But not just that, but, like, when the food is gross, and, like, that's part of why I love going to, like, a baseball game.
Yeah.
Or even football games. I want to go and, like, eat a, like, good snack. It doesn't even have to be a full meal. But if they don't have good food in the stadium, it gives me the ick. I'm like, I don't really want to come back.
That's so valid. That is so valid. And just, like, a lot of times I'm like, I just want the cheap, good stuff.
Yeah.
I support that. Yeah. I went to a Rockies game this summer, and I do like to try, like, I also love when stadiums have their specific things. Like, Dodgers have Dodger dogs. BYU the Cougar tail. It's a donut. The Dodger dog's a hot dog, if that's not obvious. Or, like, even just their staples. Like, the San Francisco Giants, they have like garlic fries that everyone knows to get the garlic fries.
Yeah.
Like if they don't have one of those even, it's like not great.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I went to a Rockies game. The stadium was beautiful. It was super fun. And I was like, what's the thing I should get in this stadium? And someone's like, oh, there's this hot dog place. They do specialty hot dogs. It was nasty. I couldn't finish mine and I lost my appetite.
I remember this.
Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So I like when they have their staples that are like the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also sports adjacent. I really should switch it up. This one's sports adjacent.
No,
but I'm just gonna speak from experience. It's when guys trap you on a sports date for so long. Okay. I'm sorry, I'll just say it. People know.
I love how specific this is.
This one is very specific because
Kiki's scarred.
I am scarred. People know like, oh, Kiki likes sports. You know what'll be good? We'll go to a game. Here's the problem with that is like, I want to go to a game, but I didn't want to spend time with them. So I'm like, which do I pick? And like one time I was like, like maybe I'd be fine to spend time with them. So then I go. And then it's like an hour drive up to Salt Lake. The game is like 2 hours. And then it's like, whoa, we got to go get dinner. And then another hour back. We're looking at like 5 or 6 hours, like 4 hours total. But then the
marathon date.
I'm just like, don't try me into a marathon date just because it's sports.
Yeah.
And like, I personally am like, hot take maybe, I just don't think games are the best first dates either. Yeah. And I feel like I've been asked out on first dates like that and I'm like, no. I've gone to games like with my boyfriend and it's fun.
Yeah,
but
that's different.
It's different. It is very different.
It's not the first time you're interacting with the person.
Exactly. So that one's very specific, but it needs to be said.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said it.
Thanks.
Get that out there.
Just put it out there.
Okay, this one's also, I'm just going to go with this one because it's very specific too. The FSU war chant. It's also the Chiefs war chant. If you don't know,
this one's so
both the Chiefs and FSU have very similar war chants that are represent like a Native American tribe because the FSU is the Seminoles. And so they have this chant that they do. It should be just when they score a touchdown. I would be okay if it was just when they scored a touchdown, but it's when they when they get a first down, when they're trying to hype their team up, when they get a touchdown, when they get the extra point, when they get a field goal. All the time they're screaming this stupid chant, and I'm sick of it. I'm over it, and I don't have a problem with the Chiefs, but like it triggers me when I watch a Chiefs game and I hear that stupid war chant. It drives me crazy.
You're traumatized.
I'm a Gator fan, like I said earlier. FSU's our rival, and so like that part bugs me. But also, it's just annoying. Yeah. Like if I was a Seminoles fan, I'd be like, this is too much.
Also, let's get some variety in there.
Yeah, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I get it, it's powerful, it has an impact, but if you're doing it the whole time, it loses that impact. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
No,
I got really heated, but like I hate the FSU war chant. It's an ick, for sure.
I love how specific that one was. Yeah. Okay, we've kind of talked about this, but when you go to watch a game and people just want to talk to you.
Yes.
And here's the thing, I will talk to people.
Yeah.
Gladly.
We've talked about this on previous podcasts.
Yeah. I'll totally talk to people, especially like a watch party. Like I'm happy to chat with someone, especially like the game's casual, whatever. What's tough is I'm like, just read the room. Because I'll chat for a little bit, but like I'll clearly be looking at the TV
and wanting to like watch the game. Yeah.
And so like if you see me just looking at the TV, you don't have to like don't like be pulling for a conversation, like pulling words out of me when I just clearly don't want to. Mm-hmm. And this one, I've had a lot that are just men. This is men and women because I've had some girls like trying to be girlfriends during it. I'm like, there's going to be a commercial soon. That would be a great time for us to chat.
Let's chat then.
Or like if it's football, there's like plenty of random downtime. But it's hard if you're very invested in the team. Mm-hmm. And everyone belongs at watch parties. You just got to find someone that's like matching your vibe. So if my vibe is like I'm emotionally invested, you just let me be emotionally invested. And when I have a break, let's chat and whatever. But I'm like, I've had situations where I'm like, I can't get out of this conversation,
Yeah.
which you feel in life all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't get out of this conversation, and like, it's clear what I want to be doing. It's
I want to be watching this game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but I agree with you. Yeah, like, how do I politely say, please stop talking?
Yeah.
Because I'm invested.
I have tried, now I'm thinking about it, I do remember, I've tried, like, I'll chat and be like, yeah, and I just, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm just so invested in this.
No, sometimes I love when, like, Alpha Kiki comes out, and she's just like, look, guys. Because there's times
So
where,
true,
like,
guys.
also read the room. If you see a lot of people are super invested in this game, and everyone's talking at the same volume, and there's a ton of people in the room, and you can't hear the game, like, it's hard. Because I remember Alpha Kiki came out one time during that, and she was like, guys, I just need everyone to take their volume down a little bit because I can't hear what's going on.
I know,
and I was like, yes, say it louder for the people in the back.
Seriously, I have a problem where I don't mind being confrontational.
No.
And I'm working on
it. It's needed sometimes. Sometimes
I've gotten
it is
better.
warranted.
I know it's not relatable to everyone. I've gotten better. But if it is warranted, I will say something.
Yeah.
Regardless of the situation.
Yes.
But yeah. That's a tough one. I love you all if you want to chat during the game too.
Yes.
Just find the people who want to chat and like go chat with them. Yeah. And then
the
people who want to watch can watch. Yeah, social cues. Always.
Yeah. Okay. My last one is kind of funny, but my ick is streakers.
So true.
Okay, why? That's my question. Why do you feel the need to put yourself out there like that? Just to get tackled and probably put in jail and then get a hefty fine for what? What's the purpose?
I don't know.
There's other ways to get on screen than interrupting a game in your birthday suit for what? You know?
I'm so curious, like, how those people's brains are wired. Because it's got to be different.
Just don't. There's other ways to get on the screen. Put all of that energy that you put into trying to figure out how to get on the field and do all that, put that into doing crazy face paint and putting on a crazy costume and having a crazy sign. That's how you get on the Jumbotron and on TV multiple times.
Because here's the thing. They don't want to reward people who do that, so they actually pan the cameras away from you.
Yeah.
So that's not going to help you get on TV.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's just not.
Also, I think, because there's been times recently where players, like a streaker will run onto the field and they will like take action as well if the security isn't there. Players have like pushed over a person and the streaker will file a lawsuit against the player. The player should be warranted to do that. You are trespassing on their...
Yeah, you came into their office place and...
They can do whatever they want. That should not be okay.
That's the opposite of an ick. I think that's funny if players do that.
Oh yeah, players 100% should be able to tackle them. The ick is the streaker thinking it's okay. Yes. Yeah. Anyways.
My last one is people that take pickup games, anything like chill vibes, intramurals, Topgolf, pickleball, anything like that. If people who take it too seriously, people who take pickup games too seriously are the worst.
Yeah.
And it just shows me that you're actually, like, I think people think being psycho-competitive is, like, really cool and funny and whatever. And I'm like, you're clearly not...
Also, read, if you're on, like, a lower-level team and you're acting like that, if it's, like, a semi-competitive, like, higher... Because sometimes they're broken up into levels.
Yeah, if you're in a league, it's fine. We're talking about pickup games.
Yeah.
You need to calm down. You need to not let it ruin your day.
No one likes that person.
Nobody likes that person. And what it shows me is that you're actually not that athletic because you don't know how to deal with the true emotions that come with a game.
Yeah.
And...
Wow, that was some analysis right there.
I'm just saying.
No, like, facts.
I'm just saying.
Facts.
Like, literally, one time my best friend and I, we waited for a pickleball court. This was, like, literally, like, pick up pickleball. Everyone's just chilling, just vibing, just socializing. We waited forever for a court, put our paddles on the gate, because that's what you do. We got a court. And then this dude came up and he's like, hey, can I play with you? We kind of knew him. We didn't really know him. We didn't want to play with him because we wanted to play singles because we played best singles. We're similar level. Anyways, we felt bad though because there was a lot of people. So we're like, yeah, I guess we should play doubles just so like more people can play.
Yeah.
He starts going so hard, aiming it at me every time. And my friend was like, whoa there. And he was like, I just want this game to be done with so that my friends can come on this court. Excuse you? Are you serious right now?
We were just nice to you.
We just let you come on our court.
Yeah.
You
can leave.
So he's just going hard at me the whole game. And I'm like, you need to relax.
Yeah. You need to relax. You need to hop off and find another court. That's what he needs to do.
I know.
You need to hop all the way off.
Yeah, she told me that afterwards, and I was like, I do not like that man.
Yeah, that is...
Don't like him at all.
I hate that. But yeah, 100%. If you're that person that's constantly starting arguments over something so little, it's like, dude, it's not that serious.
It's not that deep.
If you want to do more, go find a league.
And I'm not saying that you can't be into the game, because I'm the type of person who will miss it out, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, but then I'll move on in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like
it's okay to be competitive. Just don't like make it aggressive.
Yeah. So just keep
because I'm a competitive person as well. So
and it's hard
and you can get heated every once in a while, but when it's legit, every little thing that happens in a game is setting you off. Like, you need to check yourself. And
you don't want to, you could ruin, someone could go play pickleball for the first time and their experience could be ruined.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to want to go again.
Yeah.
Because people take it way too seriously. And I've had people tell me that. I don't want to go just because I know people take it so seriously and I'm just, chilling. So don't be like that. Yeah. Okay, wait, I have one bonus extra.
Okay.
You go first.
Really quick. Side note to, don't get upset with people for not playing at the same level as you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of...
Be patient. That's like a side to...
No, and that's what I was going to say. Is I play with people who are coaching you the whole time. And I'm like, I don't mind if you're like, oh, it helps if you do this. But I play with people where they're the entire time okay, well, you just really need to make sure you do this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, this is we're not on the same level and that's okay. But also you don't need to coach me. You yourself are not as good as you think you are. Let's just chill.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy yourselves.
See, I've even seen it where it's passive aggressive, where they're rolling their eyes. And, every single time you mess up. And it's bro, I'm trying, okay? Yeah. Give it a break, okay? I know. Let me do my thing.
If you're gonna be like that, at least be maybe just don't play with people. Be okay, I do have a problem where I'm psycho-competitive.
Yeah.
So only come play with me if you're down.
Yeah.
Don't be dragging innocent people into it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways.
Wow,
that was a lot.
I feel relieved. Yeah. I feel like I needed to get that off my chest.
Yeah, we got a lot out there.
For real. Oh my goodness.
Really quick, before we get to our women's segment, your nails, so cute.
Oh, have you not seen them yet? Yeah, they're 2 shades of pink, guys, and I did squiggly lines on one, designs. Half and half on one, checkers on one, and then a light pink and a dark pink.
Love that.
So it was fun. Yeah, sometimes I sit and I struggle, what's my design going to be? But I did like these ones, yeah.
Love that.
Barbie, what you going to do? It's
inspired.
Pink is trending.
The theme.
Pink has been trending forever for me, though, so.
All right. So to wrap things up, as always.
Because we were we let some negative energy out, we're going to bring some positive energy.
Yeah. We're going to bring a little back with our women's segment. So I saw this come out the other day, and I feel I don't know if we've chatted about her, but.
I don't think we have.
This female basketball player who plays for Stanford, Cameron Brink. I believe she's a center. She's popped off for Stanford. She's gonna play in the WNBA for sure at some point. But she just signed a huge NIL deal with New Balance. And it's a shoe deal, and it becomes the brand's first women's basketball athlete endorser. Which is good for her.
Which is so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And that's a huge brand for women and women's basketball, especially college basketball. I feel sometimes gets not as much spotlight as other sports. And so for her to go out there and get an NIL deal with a brand like that and then be the first to do it, good for her.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's literally all I have to say is amen to that. I think that's I think it's so epic. Even when, I saw on my feed and I was all right, go off.
Also, she's gorgeous.
Of course she is.
I just need to throw that out there.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. So
we love when they're successful in everything they do, even just being beautiful, which you wouldn't have to be so successful. No, but it's like, that's just awesome for you.
Just additional
Love
bonus.
that. Love that for you.
But
shout out to her, and that like paves the way for other female athletes.
Oh,
so
yeah, 100%.
That does make a big difference. I think that's awesome. But guys, that's it. I hope you feel like you got a release from listening to this as much as we did talking about our icks.
Hopefully you relate to some of those icks. And
hopefully.
Yeah, if you have any other ones, send them our way.
You know what we say. Send them our way.
Yeah.
But that's all we've got on Calling
the Shots.
Go follow us, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.